And salutations, friends. It's time for Expand Upon Later. If you see a game here, it means it passed a 30-minute Impress Me test from a best of 3. And this time around, I play for however long I want, but no more than halfway through. Tim actually didn't play as long as he wanted to this time around because he's dumb and he deleted his save file. Yeah. You are correct. Then I score it based on 5 parameters: story, music, characters, gameplay, and fun. Then I score it again with a keep going, a done, or a disappoint. Now, let's get started. Story. You are Rachet, a cat. I don't know what he is. Who crash landed and got stuck on a backwater planet somewhere in the cosmos. Meanwhile, a defective robot who doesn't have a name yet finds incriminating evidence and escapes with his mechanical life. Then he crashes on a planet where Rachet is, and he finds him and names him Clank. He then shows Clank the incriminating evidence of a guy named Chairman Drek and I guess evil race of the Blarg, who are taking pieces of other planets to make a new planet because they ruined their planet because there's too many Blargians and diarrhea on it. And thus the quest for this game begins to find the galaxy's greatest hero, Captain Quark. I think it's Quark, but everyone mispronounces it as Quark. Plus that's funner to say. But something tells me that these characters are biting off a bit more than they can chew. Characters! Rachet and Clank are wonderful. They really are. Honestly, I expected Rachet to be completely mute for some reason, and for Clank to do all the talking. Because Jack and Jackster. But Rachet talks, and that's fine. Everything in the game is very cartoonish and silly, with like a little bit of grown-up humor sprinkled in there. And there's nothing wrong with that, especially if that's what you're going for, and that's what they're going for. And it does a good job with that. Every character that I met was pretty okie dokie. Kinda mad, to be honest. With the exception of... No, they were all pretty just okie dokie. I met Leader Guy, Chairman Drek, Big Robot Guy, technically Captain Quark and an ad. I hate ads. Generic nerd shop owner guy, generic skateboarding guy, generic lawyer, and little tiny nerd guy in space station, and overweight robot fitness lady. Which is really ironic because she's a fitness instructor and she's really, really fat. But she's a robot. So that means she was built that way. This is a conundrum the more I think about it. Now, as far as the enemies go, they was pretty good. They were all animated very cartoonish and well in their style, which is actually really good, and they all make a bunch of stupid noises, especially when you kill them. Most of the time you fight robots, or Blargians, or aliens. If I had played this as an itty-bitty Tim, this part would have given me nightmares. It's kind of scary, honestly. And my favorite characters are the little bitty robots that come out of the Glove of Doom, and the little bitty robots that Clank controls on the one part that you control Clank. Music! Excellent. You want to know how I can tell if a game music is good or not? If I immediately finish a level or the game, or just pause in the middle of the game, and desperately search on YouTube for the specific theme or the entire soundtrack to the game, which is what I did. Pretty early on. Gameplay. Quick note. This game was made by Insomniac. They made Spyro the Dragon. Neato! Ratchet and Clank is primarily a platforming game with some shooter elements, and it does both of them pretty good. Jumping feels pretty good and moving around feels pretty good too, however. I do have a teeny bit of complaints, but I'll get to those in a minute. Your primary weapon is a wrench that you can either smack bad guys with or toss as a mid-ranged attack. And it'll come back like a boomerang. The currency in the game is bolts, which it'd be real nice if real life worked like that. You get all kinds of neato weapons that you unlock by progressing through the games and going to new planets. You also get utility items, which I'm gonna go ahead and guess that you primarily get through story stuff and not the Gadgetron guy. I don't remember if I saw any from him. I don't know, all the green stuff I got from the world. And it appears that these items help you progress on certain levels. So, for example, if you go to this, I don't remember any of the names of the planets, so you're gonna have to bear with me. If you go to the wood chopping place, you can't go any further unless you got the key opener thing. And then you can't go anywhere on the mud world unless you got the swing shot. I remember where you get the swing shot. It's the obstacle course. I don't remember where you get the key gun thing. It'll be behind me. The planets are the levels, and you get coordinates to them by getting these robot TV guys. But sometimes they're just floating around, and other times you gotta buy them from greedy sons of bitches that probably learned their greedy ways from that stupid bear and Spyro, because it's both Insomniac. Oh my god, full circle. Same goes for a lot of those tool items. Sometimes they're just sitting there, other times they're not. Is that are my memories? I think that's where the key thing was. It was just sitting there. Holy moly! The Benadrill's working! The only weapon you get to start off with is the bomb glove, and I feel like you can probably just beat the whole game with that thing. Although I could be wrong. My personal favorite weapon was the suck cannon, because it insta-kills little guys and you get to use them as fodder. Bullets to shoot at other bad guys. I got to play as Clank for a small little section, because there's no air on the outside of the space station. And I gotta say, it was actually really fun. And speaking of the little metal bastard, eventually I got a backpack upgrade for him where I turned him into a hackle doctor. Now, time for the stuff that was not the greatest. The camera was a little dumb sometimes. The jumping
was a little dumb sometimes.
And the hitboxes. That's not right. When you get hit, it's hard to tell that you get hit sometimes. And sometimes I got hit more than I realized. And when he's got one left, his ears are down. That's how I knew. What's the... detection? Hit detection. Yes. When I got hit, there was no, indication that I got hit. Usually when I get hit or something bad happens, the controller rumbles. It didn't rumble. It just hit me. Maybe my controller was broke, but I don't think it was. Now to end the gameplay on a positive note. It felt really good to smack things with your wrench. Fun. Very. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it's fun for everyone. Because it's a platforming game. And most anyone can just pick those up and just platform. Conclusion! It gets a half a point for story because although it's simple and knows what it's doing and is straightforward, it's simple and straightforward. And man, it gets a full point for music because the music's real good. It gets a half a point for characters because although the main characters are fantabulous, the other characters, aside from Drek and hopefully Captain Quark, are just... they're okay. It's getting a half a point. is getting a full point for gameplay because it's fun and it's good, especially for what it's trying to do. And it gets a full point for fun because it's fun for everyone. In total, Ratchet and Clank for the PlayStation 2 is getting a 4 out of 5. And a keep going. And this keep going entails an attempt to complete the game fully and a more in-depth analyses. Special thanks to Patreon supporters Cletus McFreely5656 and Narwhalimus. If you like what I do and wish to support me, it's only $2. I post stuff early. Sometimes there will be different versions over there. And eventually I'll have some exclusive shenanigans from time to time. Hope everyone's having a fantastic day. Bye.